Hello everyone. So I was looking for a quick tutorial example and I find this website in Figma Sites. It's basically a portfolio website that we can, and this is a basic screenshot, and this is the link that you can go and visit. I'm leaving you with this exercise file. And so in this case, I have all these layers, such a mess, as always. And then here, this is going to be my part, which I'm going to do. So you can have an example. And also I have my SS panel where I will place my, let's say if I want to make styles or if I want to make components, I'll put these things right away. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump in. The first step, as I always do, is I normally add a layout guide, a simple one with columns, 12, 80, 20 maybe, done. And the color is okay, I can see it clearly. And then before making any auto layout adjustments, I can align it right away. For example, these three child items, auto layout definitely. Take them together and then make an auto layout, a quick one first. And then this name and this one can be one auto layout. Cool. And quickly this thing to be a header, maybe align center. And also I don't have any padding, so let's go ahead and put something like 20 or 24 padding from each side so that I can say this auto layout to stack on top. I am going to look at the size of this because I want it perfectly be aligned to my grid for some certain cases. So I'll be looking at the screenshot as well. Okay, cool. So this thing seems like it is maybe like 10 columns. Maybe. This is not to be pixel perfect. This is only for the idea to come up with quick solutions. Because at the end of the day, you never want to give a messy file to Figma Size or Figma Make because the output is never going to be that perfect. So this part is ready. So before moving along, I would normally give a perfect naming convention, but I will let Figma do it. In this case, suggest or rename, I guess, rename layer, AI. Let AI do it, and I'll double check on that. Good. I have something like overlay shadow. This is totally fine. Heading, link home, perfect. This part is finished. So I'm going to take this one out. Maybe I can even give like a background color. So this header, perfect. Make a component, drag and drop, put it back right in. And again, oh, not left, top. Good. This is the hero part. Cool. So what I have done was I also add only one stuff, which I'll make it perfect overall, and then kind of duplicate the rest. So let's start with the smallest element possible. I make a frame. Let's say that you were in a hurry and you made it with frame. So let's convert into auto layout by either Shift A or click here. So this is explore button. Good. And let's go ahead and make this thing an auto layout because they are like an invisible box. And what else? I have this thing, a horizontal border. Cool. So this will be eliminated by auto layout. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to auto layout these two and then put everything align top left. And this is, I don't want to leave this as 246 because of the reason if I make this thing smaller or bigger, probably in Figma Make, this is going to create some sort of problems. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes you will need to set a certain amount of distance, but in this case, I will set it to auto. Auto will allow me for Figma to automatically calculate the gap between these elements. So what I'm going to do is I'll stack it here and this one also here. Good. And what about this thing? Let's get rid of that one. And both this child item on the background as a rectangle and this one to be as big as my column structure. And when they are finished, so I want these two things to be an auto layout, and let's see what's going on with this rectangle now. Shift A. So I have all this wrap stuff, but this thing becomes like a stroke and nothing else. So let's go ahead and suggest rename layers. Main container, content. Pretty much perfect. So this thing is a stationary method lay. Okay. What if I will convert into an auto layout as well and call it like image, just to be a little bit. Okay, anyhow, so I'll take this out again and give like background color and make a component right away so I don't come and mess things up. And here for this example particularly, I'm not going to deal with atomic ones. You can paste to replace. I'll also check the spacing in between each child elements. Also, I will give like automatic spacing. So let's go ahead and look at my example here. It seems like this is 6 columns. So this is something like, so if you want this text bounding box to align with the child item, which in this case a text, you should be telling this text box first to be a little bit bigger and then click on the edge, double click, so that this is going to be adjusted automatically. So you see, okay, 6 column is something like this. Visual experiences 7 ya da. Sounds about right. And this thing, I have this thing on the left, this thing on the right, and this thing left. Good. I also have this is going to be some sort of auto layout that is wrapping all these child items. And let me double check on this thing. So this is all right. Somewhere here. So why not make everything wrap in an auto layout as well? Because I might need to adjust things in the future. So for these ones, let's see how it will react, because I want to get rid of this thing. Auto layout. Yeah. that's also another mistake. In theory, yes, you made an auto layout, but it does not look right because these are absolute positions, and I don't want to do such a thing like that. So how can I fix this issue is I can totally get rid of that. So take the stroke inside and delete the entire thing. So these 3 child items are perfectly stacked. I'll make them an auto layout now and say auto. And what else? So this is not perfectly aligned, but I'll show you a trick for that. Give something like 40 each side and give a stroke only for the top side. Give this color. This is done. For this thing to be perfectly aligned, I need to select each child item here and say fill container. And the rest of these child elements is like this. There are many more solutions to it, but for this example, I think that is going to work perfectly. Rename layers. Links. Okay, links part is also ready. I assume this links part can repeat in other pages as well. So I will make a component from this, make it closer, and this is probably in the footer section. So I'll make it closer and make it and arrange the height. So when it comes to spacing for each child element, I'm going to first take all of them and make sure that they are perfectly aligned with my. That seems okay. I'm going to make one single auto layout for only this section. I will leave the desktop as a frame. So auto layout all of them. And then I can give, so it says 87. Let's make them 80 for now. And we are going to arrange other stuff. So before moving forward, let's see if Figma can suggest more naming convention, maybe here. Section, links, footer text. Yes. Now this makes more sense. Why did I do that? Because of the fact if I take this thing and duplicate, I want my child items to be automatically stacked. So the only thing I need to arrange is this, which in this case, I want this part and maybe that part to be like a footer area. So I can take them out, these things, take them out. And put it somewhere like center. And make sure that they are inside. Center them and align them. So footer text again. Select both, make a final auto layout, call footer. Make it in the center and bottom so that I don't need to adjust each time. Every time. Let's give like 40 pixel padding. And then I can take this out also. Give a background color. Again, this background color is not necessary for you guys to see it perfectly. So that's now okay. So the second thing is added. How many should I add? Maybe 4, 2, 3, 4. 4 is enough. I will arrange something like this. So the rest is basically changing the images. Okay, I've added 3 more photos. So all I have to do is basically Option Command C, come here and select. But you need to, how to say it correctly, like when you select once, it will select the page. Double click, you go to the main component, and another one, and another one, and another one. So the easiest way is you press Command and click once, so that you are going to click the image right away. So again, Option Command V. Again, Option Command C, Command and select, Option Command V. Good. So basically the rest is all these small adjustments. So what you can do is you can take the child items out and start to be more precise and give something like button for each of them. You can even call it something like a default one, and maybe this is about and for contacts. For this design type, it seems that they want to put different color for all pages. This is totally fine, and same goes to this, same goes to that, just to make them look perfect. It doesn't have to give the same amount of spacing. So as long as they are wrapped in an auto layout, what you can do is you can set the padding to 0. And then for this one, maybe 8. And for, I'm not going to necessarily put another child item, so I'll set them to 0 as well. And that's it. So I can maybe put them, so let's give a better naming convention here. So this is like about, and this is like contact. And this is like my typos. And what I'm going to do is I'll make a component set and arrange everything, please, and tidy up like that. So yeah, I can set one of them and say that it's either home, contact, or about. Is it the ideal solution? No, but this is a little bit better than this one. So let's go ahead and add this thing out. Cut, double click, and paste to replace. So I'll add 2 more times, get rid of these text boxes, and select. So I can do this. This is contact. Boom. And home. Things like that, so that you can granularly adjust different stuff. And yeah, I hope that helps. Please make sure you download it from this free resource, figma.com/add0to-UI, and make the exercise. Also, add whatever you know on top of that. Something like if you want to add, instead of guessing all these paddings and things like that, maybe download a simple design system and put a tokenized name to it. And yes, let me know. And see you on the next one. Cheers.